Around the island of Hawaii lie brackish ankylon pools, who are host to delicate species and a few invasive species too. Species like the guppies cause havoc by eating the opaiula, a very special kind of shrimp, and they can't be found anywhere else, hiding in cracks and debris underwater to avoid the slaughter by these ruthless guppy marauders. The goal of our our project is to remove these invasive intruders by devising a trap that puts our school on the maps. But the question has to be asked if the students at WEA can work with what we've got to construct a shrimple trap that works more often than not. We record the number of guppies caught in our trap to see if the design is working optimally by targeting the invasive species effectively. If our design isn't working, then we need to see what changes need to be made to make success a possibility. The dependent variable of our project is how many guppies we catch. We only count the guppies that we caught in the trap. We don't change anything else and make sure that the pools are calm, or else we'll mess up our project and our data will be wrong. Dependent on the number of guppies locked in the trap, counting all of the fish to make a data recap. An alternate hypothesis could be that we catch the wrong type of fish that the other traps groups and I would unnecessarily switch. Or maybe someone thinks that our trap would amount to nothing at all. It would catch no fish and sit in the water useless and dull. But I think our trap is amazing this time. All of our combined iterations have made this design sublime. It's a fruit of the loom of all of our combined minds. Methods. Ankylon pools are home to 16 endemic species, but lately guppies have been invading and degrading the pools with their feces. The excess of waste can cause eutrophication, but this process isn't good and should not be confused with beautification. It causes the pools to build sediment super high. It causes all of the endemic plants to shrivel up and die. They cause opaiula to vacate to underground cracks, only eating what's floating down. They are low quality snacks. 46% of species inhabiting the pools were not endemic. Introduced by fools who thought it would be cool to store bait, but the rationale was downright cruel. 95% of pools invasive species by the year 2000. They went from the well-preserved delicate ecosystems to low-quality public housing. 13 to 24 were invasive creatures, overpopulating the pools and giving them all negative features. If I were to say all of the impacts, it would turn my teachers to preachers. All of these ungodly acts committed by these aggressive bottom feeders. Setup. The success of the trap was apparent in the water. Trapped 137 guppies in one session? That's something straight out of Harry Potter. Our trap was so successful in holding all the guppies, so they could be taken to Taj's arowana and gobbled up like hush puppies. We could make our trap better by installing another layer of mesh to prevent guppies from getting stuck and harming their own flesh, and leave the trap looking refined and so fresh. We could add wire to hold the bait in the trap so the guppies wouldn't go elsewhere to find a bread snack. Next year, the trap design can be passed on to the next group that enlist into Ankylon ponds. They could take multiple traps and deploy them all over the island to make the data pool more vast and figure out how to make a simpler design that can get guppies just as fast. Alright, importance. Our problem is that the ecosystems are rapidly degrading from the invasive species that are rapidly invading. They taint the water with their feces and wipe out endemic species. Sustainability goal is number 12 is the way we lean. Life underwater is a problem that needs to be seen. That's why we are working hard to save these pools as a team. This project is beneficial for the community because we're working to inspire unity, to promote civilians to work with with these unique brackish waters and teach their culture importance to their sons and their daughters. Assessment.
137 guppies in the whale pool were caught. My hypothesis was right because that was 107 more than I thought. 30-minute increments is how long we catch the fish. Once caught, empty them all into a dish. We went down to Dog Beach with newly gained confidence, but quickly realized the pool didn't have the same type of guppy prominence. 17 guppies were all that we caught, but this is a lesson that we had to be taught. But we shouldn't lose hope that we can still solve our problem statement, make an effective guppy trap. Oh, we made it. Our design was uncontested. Nobody bothered to debate it. Our project counts this as a win. We're bound to celebrate it.
MC Flay J about to spit some bars on a methods acquired. Alright, our team from Wea makes our way down to the pools to observe and discover the effectiveness of our tours. We bait our trap and throw it out on a rope, and we hope that our guppies will be trapped in tropes. After 13-minute increments, extract the trap and put all the guppies and taking count of the guppies we catch. Once we're done counting the numbers, we take the guppies back to school. We either put them in the rehabilitation pond or sentence them to death in Taj's pool. After that, it's time to tally up the guppies population. Are trap effective enough, or do we have to make iterations? Conclusion.